Welcome back to another episode of Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. The last time we left off, we had finished exploring map 3, and we are about to finish up with the game. So with that in mind, let's do it. Holy. What a picturesque scene. Is that where we're heading?
At last we meet. I've heard much about you. Your choices, your determination. Caradoc isn't easily impressed, but he was impressed with you. Few dare to seek the truth buried in Avalon's shadows. Fewer still make it this far. I was the first. Caradoc followed when my brethren burned and the tear opened. And now, here you are. A truly rare and joyful occasion.
Who are you exactly?
Oh, forgive my lack of manners. I am Orin, the last apprentice of Merlin, and the last archdruid of Avalon. I've carried the weight of this land's secrets longer than I care to admit. But names mean little. What matters is the task before us.
What is this place?
What lingers here? It's older than Avalon. Older than anything we know. What you see is the beginning of weirdness itself. Its purest form. Raw potential. Unshaped by anything but its lack of boundaries and limits. Beautiful, isn't it?
What do you want from me?
Oh, precisely the opposite of what Caradoc wants. I want you to help me resurrect King Arthur. Properly this time.
So he wants to kill him properly and you want to resurrect him properly.
Ridiculous, I know. But yes, that's what it boils down to. At some point, we stopped seeing eye to eye and chose different paths. Ultimately, though, both our paths led to you.
Me? How?
Yes, please let me explain. By the end of his life, Arthur became obsessed with his legacy. He left mementos, artifacts that embodied the virtues he wanted Avalon to preserve. Excalibur, a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice. The crown of Pendragon, a beacon of courage and resilience. The shield of Palamedes, wisdom and independence. But Merlin and the others didn't believe that would be enough. The memory of war and the fragility of peace was still too fresh. So they acted. When the king died, his soul wasn't allowed to move on. It was shattered, bound to those artifacts. A clever solution, but ultimately flawed.
Why would they divide the king's soul?
They feared losing what Arthur represented more than losing Arthur himself. They thought the king's essence would endure, if bound to his relics.
What was flawed about it?
You can't pick and choose with a soul, but that's exactly what Merlin did. He focused on 3 parts of Arthur: his strength, wisdom, and courage. He left out 2 pieces. One, tainted by the Four Dwellers' magic, was deemed too dangerous. The other was his humanity, the most fragile part. Merlin thought compassion and doubt were weaknesses, unfit for a king. Without them, Arthur became hollow. A king with power, but no heart. That way, Avalon's greatest failure was born.
Didn't anyone try to resurrect Arthur as a whole then?
I tried. And I found his humanity. It's here, bound, kept safe. But the Four Dwellers' aspects was left to drift, untethered between worlds. Finding it needed more than magic. It needed someone like you.
Me?
The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has. You can move through the weirdness, touch it, and return whole. That's why you found the king's soul, bound it to yourself and came back.
You're saying all of that, everything I went through, was all part of your plan?
You flatter me. No, I couldn't have predicted all of that. I merely nudged the Red Church in the right direction and asked Caradoc to assist where I couldn't. I can see you're still doubting me.
What do you want to achieve?
I want to bring back our king, whole and complete. I want him to lead again and safeguard Avalon's future.
What if this resurrection fails again?
It won't. This time, Arthur will be whole. A king must be more than power. He must be human. That balance is what will save Avalon.
Why do you want this so much?
Because I've seen what happens without him. Weirdness preys on the weak, and the people are too divided to stand against it alone. Arthur is their only hope. Ever they're left without him, without guidance, chaos takes hold. Division festers. You've seen it during your journeys. If things continue this way, Avalon will tear itself apart long before weirdness finishes the job.
Even if he's whole, what if the people won't follow him?
They will follow him. That's what people do. When weirdness comes to their doorstep, they'll beg for a savior. And Arthur will answer the call. Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you. Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
Okay. Let's update the save again. Where is it? A choice. And let's pass on. Oh, well, let me update these. I can't even update them without resting. That's tragic. Oh well. Oh well. How's it going? He looks happy. He looks very happy. Must really like it here. Update the save again. Come on. Come on. The choice.
I was there when it all began, when Arthur first set foot on Avalon. I was a knight in his army. We believed in him, in his dream, in his kingdom. And for a while, it was glorious. Every battle felt like a step closer to peace. Every sacrifice justified by the dream we shared. But then came the cost. The war crimes, the impossible decisions, the massacres, slaughters, and irrational cruelty. We turned from knights into butchers, all because his dream demanded it of us. At first I told myself it was necessary, that it was the price of building something great. But the longer it went on, the harder it was to believe. That's when I realized Arthur wasn't a god, a savior, or a king. He was just another man, no different from the rest of us. And no man should have the power to demand such sacrifices.
And you want to kill him once and for all. I've heard that before.
But do you understand why I want it so much?
Because you hate what you've become.
I'd like to believe that after 600 years I've moved past pettiness. You need to understand that people thought, and still think, that he was more than human. But he wasn't. He made mistakes, just like any man. And the cost of those mistakes was always paid for by others. I've seen what happens when people cling to kings and myths. They wait, they follow. They waste their lives on promises that never meant anything. But that's not my problem. I'm not here to fix Avalon or to free anyone. What comes after doesn't matter. Let it all burn. Let it rot. Let it rebuild. I won't be here to see it.
And what if your way leads directly to people's fall and demise?
Then let it. If this world can't stand without a dead king propping it up, maybe it deserves to fall.
You think the people can stand on their own against the weirdness, the monsters?
Let them stand, let them fall. It's not my concern. If the weirdness takes them, so be it. At least it won't be another king's failure. Another lie propping up a dying world. It'll just be what it is.
You want people to face adversity without guidance and leadership? Isn't that just chaos waiting to happen?
Call it chaos, call it freedom, I don't care. Let them rise, let them fall. Let them tear each other apart. I just want to watch it all come down. To see the last lie collapse under its own weight. What comes after? That's for the ones still standing to figure out.
Even if you destroy Arthur, the Round Table can just crown someone new. Replace him.
Arthur's the only myth that still holds weight. And when he's gone, the rest will rot with him. A puppet king, another empty throne, none of it will last. Maybe they'll keep pretending for a while. Maybe they won't. I've lived longer than any man should. Seen more than anyone should ever bear. And I've waited centuries for this moment, this chance, to end it all. To end him.
You want to throw away Avalon's hope, just like that?
Arthur isn't Avalon's hope. He's its curse. He's the chain that keeps it bound to the past, dragging it down no matter how far it tries to climb. We were fools to tamper with forces we didn't understand. Resurrecting Arthur, infusing him with powers of the weirdness. We didn't just bend the natural laws, we shattered them.
So?
Such violations of nature's order cannot go unanswered. The bill comes due, sooner or later. Always. This cannot be allowed to continue. Listen, it's taken longer than I ever imagined, but now, here we are. You've done what no one else could, what even I couldn't do. You've brought Arthur's soul back together, almost complete, but not quite. And because of you, I can finally finish what I started centuries ago. So, thank you for bringing us to this moment. You're close now. Just one more step. The last fragment of Arthur's soul is waiting for you. Complete what you came here for. And then, we'll meet again. As allies, or as enemies. That's up to you. Go. Find the last piece, and let's end this. Whatever comes next, I'll be ready. I hope you will be too. Go. Find the Go. 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 Go.
What happens if I just go bam? Doesn't really matter. No, let me test it. Nothing. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's update the save again. Choice. And in we go. We will keep updating that save right till the very end, just before the actual choice gets made. I don't think there's any loot. No, there's definitely any loot here. I barely went off the path and teleported me back to the path. How many people I have to speak to? Who the fuck are you?
You've come. The one who carries what's left of me.
Oh, you're
Please,
Arthur?
don't come any closer. Don't force me to think about coming back again. Just let me finally die.
I didn't expect that. Why do you want to die?
Because I've had enough. Enough of being torn apart and stitched back together. Enough of being used, shaped, and forced to be something I'm not. Do you know what it is like to be a king of nothing? To see the people you swore to protect suffer because of your choices? Or worse, in your name. I've seen towns burnt to the ground, families destroyed, all because someone thought it would serve the greater good. And they called it loyalty. They called it justice. I've been dragged through every dream, every lie they've built around me. And I'm tired. Tired of the weight, of the expectations, of all of it. And most of all, I'm tired of failing.
What about Oren? He's trying to bring you back whole this time.
Orin wants a king, not me. He doesn't see the broken man behind the myth. He sees a symbol, a weapon to wield against the weirdness. But symbols aren't people. They're empty. And the more they're used, the more they hollow out the one who carries them. That's all I've ever been to Orin and the Druids. Do you know what it's like to be a weapon? To be forged, sharpened, and thrown at every problem?
And Caradoc? He wants to destroy you forever.
He thinks ending me will free Avalon. But what then? Without an idea, a light to guide them, they'll stumble, lose their way, and turn on each other. People always seek something to follow, something to believe in. Take that away, and they'll tear each other apart trying to find it. Or worse, build something even crueler in its place.
What is it in death that you want?
I want release. I want to stop being a tool in their endless struggle. Kill me. Destroy the last piece of me and use the energy however you wish. Take it yourself and become the new king. Give it to someone else. I don't care. Just don't let me come back again. Let me die. Not as Arthur. Not as the king. Just as a simple, normal human being.
Don't you care what happens next with your kingdom?
I don't care. Do you know how freeing that is? To finally not care what happens next? Whether Orin gets his king or Caradoc gets his ruin? To not feel the burden of all my failures? To not see my memory tarnished? My plans, goals, and ambitions dragged through the mud? To not see the suffering my name causes? No more deaths in my shadow. No more kingdoms built on my bones.
You're the human part of Arthur's soul. Without you, he can't be whole.
Isn't that what you've been doing all along? Carrying what's left of him? You've already taken up the humanity I was meant to represent. Doesn't that prove Arthur doesn't need me anymore?
You've been through a lot, but that's be another way that doesn't involve your ultimate death.
Another way? There's always another way, isn't there? Another cycle, another resurrection, another lie to keep the world spinning. But please, not for me. Not anymore. I've had enough. I don't want another chance. I want this to be over. Do what you think is right. That's all I can tell you. Because whatever you decide, it will finally be your choice. Not mine. Not theirs. And that's the only thing I've ever wanted. You hold the choice. I don't care who you side with. Orin, Caradoc, or no one at all. You have all of my soul. Use it. Take it for yourself. Or give it to someone else. I don't even want to know. Do what you will with it. Just let me go. Let me finally rest. Let me die. Please.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna give you up. Update the save. And progress. Damn. Alright. Well. Update the save again.
Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you. Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
And he's gone.
Go on. He's waiting for you. Go on.
And again, override. Oh. Is that the Holy Grail? Yo, Yvain, you can come back. We found the Holy Grail.
You carried a dying king across the bones of a dying world. Now you stand before what started it all. An idea. I am the reason there must be an ending. I do not guide. I do not judge. I exist so that something can be chosen. I do not offer meaning. I require that one be made. You have brought all things to their conclusion. Now, decide what must remain. Choose, and let the shape of the world follow.
What if I choose Aaron's path?
You will vanish into the story you chose to restore.
What if I choose Caradoc's path?
You will break the frame, and what follows will not remember you.
What if I take the King's soul for myself?
You will be seen. You will be followed. You will be blamed.
What if I give the King's soul to someone else?
You will shape the world to become its witness.
And what have I used for life spindle that the Reaver gave me?
He shall find his way home. The tear between the worlds shall close.
I mean, not giving the soul to somebody else.
Who do you...
A lot of different endings. I mean, I kind of want to see them all, but at the same time, that's a lot of it. That's a lot of people. I want to follow. I want to use for life spindle.
Then the prince will ascend and return to his mother. The heart shall cease its bleeding. Through his ascension, the weirdness will be tamed.
No, I won't let this happen. Not again.
Little bit thinks he can stop me. I can't loot him, but I'll take his bow. Wait, is it really just a shitty ass normal bow? Huh. Wait, but what's that in my inventory? I swear I just saw like a head. Now that can't be. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's mid as fuck, but whatever. We have 21 available manual saves, so we'll name this Spindle Ending.
You uncovered the truth buried in the weirdness and used it to return Arthur to where he truly belonged, ending the cycle and securing Avalon's future. The four-dweller mother's heart, no longer bleeding, sealed the wound in the world, and with it, ended the Red Death that had stolen so many lives. And so, the legend of King Arthur began to fade. In its place grew a stronger Avalon, where the weirdness was no longer feared, but understood. With One Eye and Captain Brandon working side by side, the South found a peace it hadn't known in years. The roads stayed open, the fields were guarded, and the people finally felt safe. No longer bound to Camelot or the Knights of the Round Table, it became a land ruled by its own people on its own terms. Because of you, the men here remained and the Kuanacht endured, not just as a place, but as a legacy of quiet defiance and hope. Lord Yvain was remembered as a hero who gathered the wise and set out in search of the Grail, while Kuanacht stood as a peaceful haven amid the weirdness. You awakened the giants, only to command their end, leaving no power behind for either side to claim. Without their strength, the balance held, but the divide between Camelot and the Dal Rita remained, wide, bitter, and far from settled. Firgas was named the new Galahad the Loyal. With One Eye and Brandon unable to rally the Dal Rita of the Forlorn Swords, the South remained divided. Firgas prepared Camelot's forces to reclaim the region by strength, determined to restore unity through conquest if necessary. The captain led the South to independence, breaking all ties with Camelot. Under his rule, the Horns of the South flourished. Merchants, pilgrims, and adventurers returned to the roads, and prosperity once again reached the far corners of the land. One Eye ruled the South with the Horns of the South at his side. The Dal Rita, the Forlorn Swords, remained divided, leaving the South strong but isolated. Without wider unity, his rule endured for a time. The future beyond his leadership remained uncertain. Nianta left Kuanacht with Yvain, and her fate remained unknown. Yet among the people she once served, tales of her devotion and courage endured, and her name was remembered with respect. Maggot left Kuanacht alongside Yvain, surprising many who had long considered him harmless and weak. His fate remained unknown, but in time, the people spoke proudly of the last druid, claiming him as one of their own. Urfre left Kuanacht alongside Yvain, despite concerns about his age. His fate remained unknown, but the people admired him for finding purpose at the end of his life, and spoke of him with lasting respect. Vitus and Anselm reached an agreement, but it was Vitus who held the real power. Under his influence, the Red Church tightened its grip on Kuanacht, reshaped and strengthened, though not all were willing to accept the new order. When Vitus revealed Fabius's secret affair with Leal, the Church cast him down. He was stripped of rank and sent to the island asylum, serving among the lowest of the Red Priests. Ailey turned to the merchants for support, and for a time the hospital prospered. But when they began charging patients for care, she walked away and opened her own small practice, refusing to serve profit over healing. The Volker joined the rest of the Dal Rita without a matron and without Mathar's blessing. Even so, their warriors kept the ferocity they had once been famed for, tempered now by a clarity that left the other tribes uneasy. They were respected, but only barely. For what greater dishonor is there than turning one's back on the goddess who had made them what they were? Ingui turned away from the eternal sleep, choosing life over dreams. In time, she began to rebuild the Thoid among the living, planting the first seeds of a new future for her scattered people. Under Stronar's leadership, the Ulfra found new strength. He rebuilt the tribe and reunited them with the rest of the Dal Rita, restoring their place among the tribes of the Forlorn Swords. With the Stagfather slain and the old bonds broken, Balaam led the Svine towards a new path. He opened the tribe to the other clans of the Dal Rita and guided them to settle in the Mather mines. You placed self at the head of the children of Morrigan. Operating from the shadows, the Guild reshaped Avalon's politics through quiet influence and assassination, while the people lived unaware of the power that ruled them. You chose to dismantle the children of Morrigan. There were no more crows to carry out her will, for now. Morrigan withdrew into silence, patient as ever, waiting for the day when new souls would rise to serve her again.
We didn't do that, no.
You made a pact with the Four Dwellers, freeing them only once they agreed to leave behind their knowledge. One was lost to madness, but another fulfilled the promise, placing a stone woven with the song at the feet of the Stone Wardens. Through it, the craft survived into a new age. When your unfaithfulness came to light, Elisa left with a broken heart. In time, her craft and style gained recognition.
What
and she built an
unfaithfulness? I don't even
independent
remember.
life, known for her work across Avalon. After your betrayal, Bior left without a word. He swore never to fall in love again.
Oh, that one.
Old and bitter, much like his former master, Urfre. After returning to Camelot, Killian lived quietly for a time. When he vanished, few asked questions. Unsettling rumors had always followed him, a most preferred not to remember.
I don't remember who that
Oh,
is.
Queen Cinnamon Sage never forgot the bond he shared with you. Proud of the path you chose, he built a small shop near your grave, and in quiet moments, still spoke to you as he once did. A friend loyal beyond the bounds of life.
A lot with that was nonsense, because it kept talking about how the South was divided, or the tribes were divided. I mean, that's not true. We united them all. The only thing we didn't do was order the giants to march on Camelot. Because they were just... I just feel like it was unnecessary. And then we didn't choose to have the giants wake up and defend the Dorvita. They started bitching that they was keeping them locked in their own lands, when that wasn't what the intent was at all. So that's not really our fault, right? Right there. So a lot of that was just a bunch of nonsense. I even told the merchants to use the reputation of a miracle hospital to attract people as a tourism spot, rather than charging for care too, I believe, right? So that feels like another slap in the face, really. And honestly, if I had known that it would have had some shit at the end about the relationship, I wouldn't have romanced Bior. I only did it so I wanted to see what would happen, or to see what it would be like, just for fun, you know? If I had known, I would have reloaded and turned them down or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just like a little storyboard at the end of the game. It's not that big a deal. Let's exit this. Yeah. Do I want to actually go through the other endings, or do I just want to end it here? So I'm kind of satisfied with that ending, to be honest. I don't know. The choice. I think there's one other ending I want to see, maybe two, and then we'll call it there then, to be honest with you. I want to see what happens if we take the soul for ourselves, and what happens if we resurrect them completely. But beyond that, I don't think I care too much. I want to take the soul for myself.
Then the idea shall be claimed, its shape worn, its burden made yours. But first, you have to bring silence to what refuses to be forgotten.
If this is what you want, then take it, my friend. But promise me you will learn from my mistakes.
Execute.
No,
Okay, little bro, just sit your bitch ass down. Complete the ritual.
You think any other human could wield this power?
Yeah.
I endured 600 years of pain, of suffering, of loneliness. I made the sacrifices, me! And now you think you can take it from me? The hubris.
I can. And I will.
No. I reject your claim. I will reforge Avalon. Perfect this time.
Dude, I've stunned you. Stop summoning.
You took Arthur's power for yourself. Whatever drove you, need, ambition, or will alone, the strength of a king was now yours to command. Maybe you weren't ready. Maybe nobody ever is. But you decided to try. It's a heavy thing, trying to do right where others have failed. Still, you stepped forward, carrying the soul and every choice that brought you here. You ruled not as Arthur reborn, but as yourself, flawed, resolute, untested. Avalon changed beneath your hand, and history will decide what that truly meant. With One Eye and Captain Brandon working side by side, Feargas was named the Nianta left Kuanak with
Feargas was with the captain. We convinced him to be on board with it. He was happy with it.
She once served. Vitus and Anselm reached.
Yeah.
The Volker joined. You placed self at the head when your unfaithfulness.
That's a bunch of whatever. To be honest with you. Honestly, I think we just resurrect Arthur in its complete form, and then that's all the endings I want to see, really. I don't really care for seeing Caradox ending or giving the soul to someone else. It's not that big a deal to me. I feel like there'll just be like a very, very tiny differences. And at the end of the day, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. I mean, we can see one or two maybe, and just see. But you know what? We'll just do it. Why not? We're here. Why not? I want to follow Aaron.
Then the idea shall endure, unquestioned, repeated, secured by return.
I begged you not to do this. I begged you.
No.
Caradoc, you don't have any aura, bro. Just sit your bitch ass down. Oh, over here.
Through your sacrifice, the king returned, entire, unbroken, and ready to reclaim his throne. You held faith that Avalon's fate still turned with him, that one last rising could bring balance to the broken land. Now he rules again, and the world bends to the weight of your choice, for salvation or for ruin. You gave everything to restore the king, and your journey ended with his return.
Oh, we just die if we do that?
Closing your eyes upon the sight of Arthur's triumph, you felt no regret, only the certainty that your final choice had been the right one.
I guess we also die if we do the spindle one then.
Captain Brandon working side by side. The Feargas was named. Nianta left Kuan. Vitus and Anselm. The Volker joined.
I don't even know if I want to see the other ones, to be honest.
When you're unfaithful.
I feel like it's not going to be that much of a big deal. I feel like I just call it right there. But like at the same time, no. We'll take a little look. We have the Caradoc ending to see, and the give souls to other people endings to see. We'll just spend like the small amount of time it takes to look at them. We've gotten this far. Okay, I want to follow Caradoc.
Then the idea shall fall. But the soul is not yet yours to give. First, it must be purified of what still speaks through it.
promise me you will win this fight, my friend.
Okay, let's fight Arthur.
After everything you've seen, you side with Caradoc. Then all the suffering, all the pain, meant nothing. I am disappointed. Complete. Avalon will be reborn. Perfect this time.
Oh, cool. Memory shards. Gives a fuck. Complete the ritual.
You brought down the cycle with steady hands and no promise of glory. You did not claim the throne. You buried it. There is no king now. Only the truth you made and the path others may follow. You had no answers, only scars and the will to keep walking. And sometimes that was enough to keep others going too. With One Eye and Captain Brandon, Feargas was Nianta left. Vitus and Anselm reached and the Volker joined. You placed Self when you're unfair.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Only a few other endings to look at. I mean, there's a lot of other people we can give the soul to. But I don't know, man. There's just too many. Did the Children of Morrigan exist in your time?
I was familiar with tales of secret societies, said to have come with us from the homelands. I tasked my sister, Morgaine, with investigating them. But amidst the fires of war, I had little chance to keep a close watch on her. It was only near the end of my life that I learned she herself was a follower of Morrigan. Perhaps I would have seen it as betrayal. But thanks to you, I understand now that while the children's ways may be questionable, they do seem in their own twisted manner to care for Avalon's safety.
And that gave us... Oh, we just lose the King's power at the ending? It would seem so. It would seem you lose the King's power after this ending. That makes sense. I don't know if you lose it after all the other endings. Maybe. I can only assume you do. Or perhaps it's a bug. I mean, it makes sense, but... yeah. Alright, so we have... a few other endings to look at. I want to give the soul to somebody else. What happens if I give it to One Eye?
Then the idea shall but the soul is
If this is what you want.
I'll see. Yeah. You always do the same shit, Caradoc. Come on, King Arthur, come out.
You think any
Alright,
You
let's
gave
see.
the soul to another, not to escape its weight, but because you believed they could carry it. One person, chosen by you to bear the burden and to shape what comes next. Whatever future rises from their rule will bear your seal, for it was your will that set it in motion. Seeing Arthur's power carried by another, you were prepared for your demise. And yet, death did not come. The prophet Kai saw you, knew you, and named a fate few could claim. A life spared when all should have been lost. You entrusted Arthur's soul to One Eye, but your earlier support for Camelot left deep cracks in the foundation of his rule.
I didn't show
Divided
support for
loyalties
Camelot.
turned to open conflict, and Avalon plunged into civil war that even his strength could not contain. With One Eye and Captain Brandon working side by side, the South found a peace it hadn't known. Feargas was named. Nianta left. Vitus and
I never gave Camelot any support at all.
You placed self when you're unfaithful.
So, I don't know what the game's talking about. I'm gonna give the soul to Yvain and see how it differentiates. But I don't think I'm gonna go through the entire list of people. I don't know, man. There's just a lot of people to go through to get there. And it's kind of a pain in the ass. I think we'll just do one, maybe two more. And then that's it, really. I'm thinking Yvain and Self, to be honest. Deontay, if Maggot, Yvain, and Self. I will do Yvain.
And the idea, but this.
If this
Yeah, shut up, Caradoc. Yep, come on out, Arthur. I'll beat your ass up too.
You gave the soul to another, not to escape its weight, but because you believed they could. You entrusted Arthur's soul to Lord Yvain, and under his rule, Avalon found steady ground through open courts and elected knights. The people welcomed a leader who finally listened, though some still looked to the horizon, wondering what might have been if a true king had returned. With One Eye and Captain Brandon,
Mid as fuck, to be honest.
Feargas was Niant.
Alright, let's give it to Self this time.
The weirdness calms, but not all will follow what becomes of them.
What?
The weirdness calms, but not all will follow what becomes of them. The
Oh.
She would merge what is with what waits. The weirdness calms, but not all will follow what becomes of them.
I don't even remember who that is, to be honest.
He would dissolve the old and raise the tribes, a new law written in old blood. He would break the seal and flee. His hope lies not in healing Avalon, but in leaving it behind.
I see.
He would trade crowns for contracts. A world ruled by law, not lineage. Prosperous, but unanchored. She would lead through care and quiet faith. Reverence would rise, but so would the silence around it.
Ah.
He would build a world with no kings, Work would shape worth, but power does not disappear. It adapts. He would rule through law. He would listen if he understood.
Alright, I want to give the soul to somebody else. Self.
Then the idea, but gave the soul to another. Not to. You entrusted Arthur's soul to the child of Morrigan, and Avalon was reborn under a rule of absolute control. Some called it salvation, others tyranny. But none could deny that, for better or worse, the realm no longer wavered. With One Eye and Captain Brandon,
I don't know if I want to see any other endings. How many more are there?
Vitus and
It takes so long to get through all this, it's so tedious.
When you're unfaithful.
Like, I wish it would just let me load the save from there, instead of having me go through a loading screen, just to reload the save, go through another loading screen, go through 2 back-to-back fights again, and... man. Let me have a look at who else there is to give it to. I think that's all I really want to see. Given how long it takes to go through that sequence of events, and how minuscule the differences in endings, and how some of the storyboards don't really match up with what I envisioned and what I did. To be honest with you. Let me have a look. I don't even remember who Fionola is. Fionola's that woman that comes back, appears by the tomb, right? I want to see this one then.
Then the idea.
If this
You
Right, here
gave
we
the
go.
soul to another. You entrusted Arthur's soul to Fionola, and under her vision, Avalon embraced the calmed weirdness and the new life it offered. Many accepted the change, merging their flesh with the unknown. Not all followed, and a quiet resistance grew among those who feared what they might lose.
That's it.
With One Eye
Yeah,
and
man.
Captain Brandon,
These differences are so minuscule, I'm not doing this anymore.
Leanta left.
There's only like 3 different people to see, but it's like 1 sentence
Vulcan
difference.
joined.
The storyboards don't
placed
exactly
self
match
with
up.
When you're unfaithful,
I'm good. I've seen what I wanted to see from this game. There's only like, what is it, like 3 or 4 different people left to see. You know, it's what it is. I've seen what I'm interested in seeing. The rest, I don't really care, to be honest. It's not different enough for me to go through that process and spend like another 20 minutes doing this shit. But, you know, beyond the storyboards, not really matching up in some places, like seeing how I killed all the children of Morrigan or what have you, which I didn't do. Well, at least I didn't deliberately or specifically do that, apart outside of what the quest made me do. I just feel like if that's the case, then there's no real autonomy there. It just feels bad. And then the one about having support for Camelot, which I never at any point in this game did, outside of just time for Trent to go back to sleep. So, fuck knows, man. I think the Spindle ending's the best one. Maybe it would have been better to have a Camelot's the Giants march on Camelot after all, just get rid of it. I don't know, man. But obviously my canon ending, the one I choose after seeing all them, is either the Spindle ending or taking Arthur's soul for myself. One of those two. Those are my 2 favourite ones. So with that in mind, guys, that's Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. We have finished the game. And with that, thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Unless they release DLC, this is my last time I'm going to see this game. And if you follow on Twitch, I'd help even more. But regardless, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.